Before December 25, you must break these 5 chains. This is not a suggestion. This is not advice you can delay. This is a divine command wrapped in love, spoken directly into the center of your spirit. If you are hearing this now, it means I have chosen this moment to shake you awake, to pull you out of comfort, to interrupt the patterns that have held you captive for far too long. December 25 is not just a date on your calendar. It is a threshold. It is a marker in eternity where celebration meets surrender, where joy collides with readiness. And I am telling you now, if you cross into that day still bound by these chains, you will carry weight into a season meant for freedom. You will drag burdens into a time ordained for breakthrough. I will not allow that, so listen carefully. These 5 chains must be broken before December 25. Not because I demand perfection, but because I have prepared something beyond your comprehension, and you cannot carry it while still chained to what once imprisoned you. The first chain is fear. You know it well. It wraps around your heart like iron, cold and heavy. It whispers in the night when you try to dream, when you dare to imagine something greater than your current reality. It tells you that you are not enough, that the future is uncertain, that failure is inevitable. Fear has stolen more destinies than any enemy ever could. It stands at the door of your breakthrough and convinces you to turn back. It shows you all the ways you could fail and hides from you all the ways I will carry you. Fear convinces you to stay small when I created you for greatness. It paralyzes your faith when I designed you to move mountains. It makes you question my promises even after I have proven myself faithful 1,000 times. Fear makes you second-guess every instruction I give. You hear my voice clearly, but fear acts. It fills your mind with worst-case scenarios when I am orchestrating divine outcomes. And the longer you carry this chain, the heavier it becomes. It grows with every decision you delay, every opportunity you miss, every word you leave unspoken. You think you are being cautious. You call it being realistic, being responsible, being smart. But wisdom, trust me, caution that refuses to obey is not caution. It is rebellion dressed in hesitation. It is unbelief wearing the mask of prudence. Before December 25, you must break this chain of fear. I am not asking you to feel fearless. Feelings are not the foundation of faith. I am commanding you to act despite the fear. Do you not see? Fear loses its power the moment you refuse to obey it. It can scream in your mind, but it cannot stop your feet from moving unless you let it. It can flood your thoughts with doubt, but it cannot change my promises. And I am with you. I have always been with you. The same God who parted seas so my people could walk on dry ground, who shut the mouths of lions so my servant could sleep in peace, who raised the dead and proved that I have authority over every realm, walks beside you. What then should you fear? What circumstance is greater than my power? What obstacle is too big for me to remove? What enemy can stand when I rise on your behalf? Fear wants you to focus on the size of the problem, but I want you to focus on the size of your God. God, break this chain. Take the step I told you to take. Speak the word I told you to speak. Move in the direction I have already lit up, and watch fear crumble as faith takes its place. The second chain is guilt. It is heavier than you realize because you have carried it for so long that it feels like part of you. You carry it like a cloak, wearing shame as if it were your identity, as if your mistakes have become your name. You replay your failures over and over like a broken record that will not stop. You remember every wrong turn, every harsh word, every moment you fell short. You replay mistakes over and over, believing that your past disqualifies your future. You think that because you stumbled once, you are forever defined by that fall. But I tell you now, guilt is a liar. It speaks in my voice, but carries the enemy's message. Yes, you have fallen. Yes, you have made choices that hurt yourself and others. Yes, you have wandered from the path I set before you. I will not deny your history. I will not pretend you have not sinned. But I did not abandon you in those moments. I did not turn my back when you turned yours. I waited. I pursued. I watched for your return. I forgave, not because you earned it, but because I love you. And yet you refuse to forgive yourself. You hold on to guilt as if suffering long enough will somehow balance the scales, as if punishing yourself daily will undo what was done. But the debt has already been paid. I paid it, not because you deserved it, but because I loved you before you ever knew my name. I loved you before you ever sinned, and I loved you through every sin, and I love you still. Guilt keeps you looking backward when I need you facing forward. It robs you of joy because you think you don't deserve happiness. It silences your voice because you think you have no right to speak truth when you have lived in error. It makes you hide when I am calling you to rise. It convinces you that you are disqualified when I have already declared you restored. Before December 25, this chain must be broken. I am releasing you from your past. I am removing every stain, every accusation, every memory that haunts you at night. The question is, will you receive it? Or will you continue punishing yourself for sins I no longer remember? I have cast them as far as the east is from the west. I have buried them in the depths of the sea. I do not bring them up. So why do you? The enemy uses guilt to keep you stuck in cycles of shame. He wants you replaying the past instead of stepping into your future. He wants you focused on who you are instead of who I am, making you break this chain. Speak forgiveness over yourself out loud, not in whispers. Declare it boldly. Say, I am forgiven. My past does not define me. I am walking in freedom. I am clean. I am new. I am loved. And every time guilt tries to rise again, reminded of the blood that was shed, reminded of the cross, reminded of what God has forgiven. No one, not even you, has the right to hold against you. The third chain is pride. This one is deceptive because it disguises itself as strength, as confidence, as independence. You think you are independent, self-sufficient, capable of handling everything on your own. You build walls around your heart and call it protection. You refuse help and call it resilience. You push away community and call it self-reliance. But pride is isolation. Pride is the refusal to admit that you need me, that you need others, that you are not designed to carry life alone. I created you for connection, for dependence, for community. But pride says, I can do it myself. I do not need anyone. I will figure it out. And so you struggle in silence. You suffer alone. You make mistakes that could have been avoided if you had simply asked for wisdom. Pride makes you unteachable. It stops you from asking for wisdom because admitting ignorance feels like weakness. It prevents you from seeking counsel because receiving guidance feels like failure. You see asking for help as admitting defeat, when in truth it is the beginning of victory. It blocks correction because you see it as criticism instead of cultivation. And so you make decisions in darkness that were meant to be made in the light of community and divine instruction. You trust your own understanding when I have told you plainly not to. Pride also manifests in comparison. You measure your worth by what you have achieved, by how you look, by what others think of you. You chase validation from people who were never meant to define you. You build your identity on accomplishments that can be lost, positions that can be taken, possessions that can fade. And when those things shift, your sense of self crumbles because it was never rooted in me. Before December 25th, pride must be broken, not humiliated, broken. There is a difference. Humiliation crushes the spirit. It shames publicly. It tears down identity. But breaking pride restores the soul. It teaches you that strength is found in surrender, that power flows through dependence on me, that greatness is born when you stop trying to prove yourself and simply rest in who I say you are. Breaking pride means admitting, I cannot do this alone. I need you, God. I need your wisdom. I need your people. I need your strength. It means lowering yourself so I can lift you. It means emptying yourself so I can fill you. It means releasing the need to be seen, celebrated, applauded, and instead finding satisfaction in being known by me. Pride wants the spotlight. Humility wants my presence. Pride wants the credit. Humility wants the purpose. Pride says, look at what I did. Humility says, look at what God did through me. Break this chain. Ask for help. Admit where you are struggling. Seek wisdom from those I have placed around you. Let others speak into your life. Submit to correction. Embrace accountability and watch how much stronger you become when you stop trying to be strong on your own. The fourth chain is comparison. It is quieter than the others, but just as deadly, perhaps even more dangerous, because it operates in whispers. You scroll through the highlight reels of other people's lives and feel inadequate. You see their success and question your own journey. You watch their blessings and wonder why I have not given you the same. You see their marriages, their homes, their careers, their ministries, and you think, why not me? What is wrong with me? Why am I still here while they are already there? Comparison steals contentment. It turns gratitude into bitterness. It makes you blind to the beauty of your own story because you are too busy wishing for someone else's. You look at what they have and miss what I have given you. You focus on their timeline and despise your own. Every time you compare, you reject the path I designed specifically for you. You ignore the lessons I am teaching through your unique trials. You dismiss the timeline I set because it does not match the timeline of those around you. You think that if they are ahead, you are behind. But that is not how my kingdom works. There is no race, there is no competition, there is only obedience. And the only person you are called to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Comparison makes you covet what was never meant for you. It creates jealousy where there should be celebration. It breeds resentment where there should be encouragement. You cannot cheer for others when you are envying them. You cannot love genuinely when you are secretly wishing they would fall so you could rise. Before December 25, this chain must fall. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not less than. You are exactly where I need you to be. The blessings I have for you are tailored to your calling, your capacity, your destiny. What I gave to others would not fit your assignment. It was designed for their journey, not yours. And what I am preparing for you would overwhelm them. It was built for the strength I have cultivated in you through your unique process. Stop looking sideways. Keep your eyes on me. Trust that my timing is perfect. My plans are good. And my love for you is not measured by what you see in the lives of others. Their blessing does not diminish yours. Their success does not delay yours. There is enough. I am not running out. I am not limited. What I have for you will come in the season I have ordained. And when it comes, you will understand why it could not have come sooner. You will see that the waiting was not wasted. The delay was intentional. The process was necessary. Break this chain by practicing gratitude. Every day, thank me for what you have instead of mourning what you lack. Thank me for the breath in your lungs, the roof over your head, the people who love you, the lessons you are learning, the strength you are gaining. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. It reminds you that you are blessed, even if your blessing does not look like someone else's. And when you are rooted in gratitude, comparison loses its grip. The fifth chain is control. You think you are holding your life together, but in truth, you are holding yourself back. You grip so tightly that your knuckles are white, your hands are shaking, your peace is gone. Control is the illusion that you can manage every outcome, predict every problem, secure every future. You plan every detail, anticipate every variable, prepare for every scenario. You grip your plans so tightly that your hands are close to the blessings I want to place in them. You cannot receive what I want to give if your hands are full of what you refuse to release. You micromanage relationships, schedules, finances, and dreams because letting go feels like falling. You think that if you stop controlling, everything will collapse. But control is exhausting. It drains your peace. It steals your rest. It fills your mind with anxiety because you are trying to carry what only I can carry. It makes you irritable, stressed, overwhelmed, and burnt out. It makes you anxious because you are never designed to carry the weight of outcomes. That burden belongs to me. I am the one who holds the future. I am the one who sees the beginning and the end. I am the one who orchestrates circumstances beyond your comprehension. You see one day ahead, I see eternity. You see one possibility, I see every outcome, and I am working them all together for your good. Before December 25, you must release control. Surrender does not mean carelessness. It does not mean laziness. It does not mean passivity. It means trust. It means doing what I ask and leaving the results to me. It means planting seeds without obsessing over the harvest. It means walking in obedience and letting me handle the consequences. It means making plans but holding them loosely, knowing that my plans are higher. When you surrender control, you step into a divine flow where everything aligns, not because you forced it, but because I ordained it. You stop fighting and start flowing. You stop striving and start trusting. You stop manipulating and start believing. And in that space of surrender, miracles happen. Doors open that you did not knock on. Opportunities arise that you did not create. Blessings flow that you did not manufacture. Because when you get out of the way, I can move. When you stop trying to control the outcome, I can surprise you with something better than you imagine. Control says, I must make it happen. Surrender says, God will make it happen. Control says, if I do not do it, no one will. Surrender says, if God wants it done, it will be done. Control says, I cannot rest until everything is secure. Surrender says, I can rest because God is in control. Break this chain by letting go. Release the plans you are clinging to. Trust that my plans are better. Give me your fears about the future. Give me your need to know every detail. Give me your anxiety about how things will work out. And watch how I move when you finally step aside. These 5 chains: fear, guilt, pride, comparison, and control. They have kept you locked in cycles that were never meant to define you. They have whispered lies that became louder than my truth. They have stolen joy, peace, vision, and freedom. And now I am saying enough. Before December 25, they must be broken, not by your strength alone, not by your willpower, but by your decision to surrender them to me. You cannot break what you will not acknowledge. So I ask you now, which chain have you been carrying the longest? Which one do you defend, justify, or minimize? Which one feels so familiar that you cannot imagine life without it? That is the one I am targeting first. Because the chains you protect are the ones that imprison you most. Breaking these chains requires more than wishful thinking. It requires action. For fear, you must take the step I told you to take even when your hands tremble. Obedience is the knife that cuts through fear. For guilt, you must speak forgiveness over yourself out loud. Declare that you are forgiven, that your past does not define you, that you are walking in freedom. For pride, you must humble yourself, ask for help, admit where you are struggling, seek wisdom from those I have placed around you. For comparison, you must practice gratitude. Every day, thank me for what you have instead of mourning what you lack. For control, you must let go. Release the plans you are clinging to and trust that my plans are better. December 25 is approaching. It represents more than tradition. It represents the arrival of something new. In the same way that the world celebrates the birth of hope, I am birthing something new in your life. But new wine cannot be poured into old wineskins. The blessing I am preparing cannot coexist with the change you are carrying. If you try to receive what I have for you while still bound, the weight will break you, the pressure will crush you. Not because my gift is too heavy, but because you were never meant to carry both the blessing and the burden at the same time. I am giving you until December 25 to choose. Will you hold on to the chains because they are familiar? Or will you release them because you trust me? Some of you are afraid of who you will become without these chains. Fear gave you a reason to stay small. Guilt gave you permission to hide. Pride gave you a false sense of security. Comparison gave you something to focus on besides your own calling. Control gave you the illusion of safety. And now I am asking you to let them all go. Who will you be without them? You will be free. You will be whole. You will be the version of yourself I always intended. The version that walks without hesitation. The version that loves without shame. The version that obeys without question. The version that rests in my presence instead of striving for approval. Breaking chains is not a one-time event. It is a daily decision. Every morning you wake up, you will face the choice. Will you pick up the chain again? Or will you walk in the freedom I purchased for you? The enemy will try to convince you that the chains are necessary, that you need them for protection, for motivation, for identity. But I tell you, chains are always lies. They promise security, but deliver slavery. They promise clarity, but deliver confusion. Before December 25, commit to the process of breaking free. It will not be easy. Chains do not release without resistance. You will feel the weight as you pull away. You will hear the voice of the old patterns calling you back. But you are stronger than you know, because my strength is in you. My spirit is within you. And what I have declared over your life cannot be stopped by change. Imagine December 25 arriving and you are no longer bound. Imagine waking up that morning and feeling light, free, unchained. Imagine the celebration, not just of tradition, but of your personal breakthrough. Imagine stepping into the new season I have prepared without the weight of fear telling you that you will fail, without guilt whispering that you do not deserve it, without pride making you believe you have to do it alone, without comparison stealing your joy, and without control demanding that you manage every detail. That is the life I am inviting you into. That is the freedom waiting on the other side of surrender. But you must choose it. I will not force you. I will not break the chains against your will. I will provide the power, the truth, the love, and the path. But you must walk it. Before December 25, examine your heart. Ask me to reveal which chains you are still holding. Do not be afraid of what I show you. Confession is the first step toward freedom. Admitting the problem is half the battle. Once you see the chain clearly, bring it to me. Lay it at my feet. Declare out loud, I release this chain. I surrender this burden. I choose freedom over familiarity. And then watch. Watch how I move. Watch how opportunities align. Watch how peace floods in where anxiety once lived. Watch how joy returns where guilt once reigned. Watch how confidence rises where comparison once crushed. Watch how rest replaces the exhaustion of control. This is not magic. This is the natural result of alignment with divine order. When you are no longer bound, you can finally run. When the weight is lifted, you can finally soar. Some of you have been praying for breakthrough. You have been crying out for change. You have been asking me to open doors, to shift circumstances, to move mountains. And I hear you. But the breakthrough you are asking for requires the breaking of chains. You cannot step through an open door while still dragging chains behind you. You cannot receive new blessings while clutching old burdens. The answer to your prayers is not a miraculous intervention that bypasses your participation. The answer is my empowerment to do what you could not do alone. I give you the strength to break free. I give you the courage to let go. I give you the wisdom to see what has been holding you back. But you must act on it. December 25 is a gift. It is a deadline wrapped in grace. It is not a threat. It is an invitation. I am saying, come into freedom. Come into the fullness of what I have prepared. But come unchained. Leave behind what does not serve your future. Walk away from the weights that slow you down. This is your moment. This is your time. Before December 25, break these 5 chains. Not because I am harsh, but because I am kind. Not because I want to punish you, but because I want to promote you. Not because I enjoy watching you struggle, but because I cannot stand watching you settle for less than what I designed for you. You were not created to live in fear. You were created to walk in faith. You were not created to drown in guilt. You were created to live in grace. You were not created to be isolated by pride. You were created for community and humility. You were not created to be tormented by comparison. You were created to celebrate your unique calling. You were not created to be exhausted by control. You were created to rest in my sovereignty. So hear me now. Before December 25, these 5 chains must be broken. Do not wait. Do not delay. Do not convince yourself that you have more time. Time is shorter than you think. And the season I am bringing requires that you be ready, unbound, free. The chains are breaking even as you hear these words. The power is being released. The truth is cutting through the lies. But you must cooperate. You must choose freedom. You must declare it. You must walk in it. And when December 25 comes, when you stand on the other side of this divine deadline, you will look back and realize that this moment, this message, this choice was the turning point. It was the moment everything changed. Not because circumstances shifted, but because you did. You let go. You surrendered. You broke free. And now everything I have been holding for you can finally be released into your hands. Hands that are no longer clenched in control. Hands that are no longer weighed down by guilt. Hands that are open, ready, and free. Before December 25, break these 5 chains. Your freedom is not optional. It is essential. And I am with you every step of the way. This is not a message of condemnation. This is a message of liberation. I am not angry with you for carrying these chains. I understand how they got there. I see the wounds that created them. I know the lies you believed that made them feel necessary. But I also see who you are becoming. I see the version of you that walks without these chains. I see the freedom, the joy, the power, the peace. And I want you to see it too. I want you to taste freedom before December 25, so that when the season of celebration comes, you are not pretending to be happy while still bound. You are genuinely free. You are authentically whole. You are walking in the fullness I always intended. So take this seriously. Do not brush it off. Do not say, I will deal with it later. Later is not promised. Now is the time. Today is the day of salvation. Today is the moment of breakthrough. These 5 chains, fear, guilt, pride, comparison, and control, have served their time. They have taught you what bondage feels like, so that you will never take freedom for granted. But now their season is over. Now is the time to break free. And I am here. I am ready. I am willing. The only question is, are you